Welcome to She Who Leads in Love, a podcast for women ready to live freely and do what they love. I'm your host, Ginny. Together, we get to explore what it means to choose your truth over your conditioning, trust the energy of love over fear, and confidently step into the fullest expression of who you really are. It's time for your most extraordinary life experience. Let's create. Welcome back to the show. Thank you for being here and co-creating with me. Today's episode might feel a little different than we've been doing the past couple weeks, but I'm excited to share this with you. And of course, start with some feelings of what I'm loving and activating that energy. And this is something I do so often feel so much love and appreciation for, and that is my lovely husband. I feel so much support from him in all these different ways, and I just really am loving the conversations we're having. It does feel like we are expanding in this together, and we get to have these deeper and deeper conversations. I just love how he shows up for us in so many different ways, and I'm feeling so much love for that. I'm also loving right now, we are renovating the floor. Renovating might not be the right word. We're completely redoing spots of our RV floor right now because there was water damage. And so part of that learning is a lot of fun for me, and we're going to be doing some other more design things as well and changing the interior. So part of that is the creativity part. I just love that. I love creating those spaces and putting the colors and the designs and this and that. That feels so much fun for me. And this is random, but I am loving right now Reese's Pieces peanut butter cups. It is not something I would normally say. I mean, I am a chocolate lover, but even when I brought them home, Lee was like, I never see you eating those. And I'm like, I know. And for the past 2 days, I've just been really loving and craving them. So for anyone that also loves those, yay. So I don't exactly know where this episode's going to go, but I wanted to share that our sweet little dog Kaya, she transitioned to another realm, another place just a few days ago. And I just wanted to share my experience kind of moving through this with the intention or my desire to stay connected to love and to the love energy that I am. Sometimes when we're, moving through more what people would consider these harder, more challenging, you can put lots of words on but death in general, whether it's a person or an animal, and to take in this idea that knowing I want to lead in love with this, sometimes that's viewed as like you're avoiding feeling the sadness, and even in a more general sense, there's this expected way we are to feel when something happens in life. And I really wanted to share my experience of this, because I've been practicing, has been to choose the love energy. It doesn't mean I'm avoiding feeling in my experience. And it's actually been that I have a greater capacity to hold space for all the feelings and all the emotions, and to be able to flow through the experience feeling more, to actually be present with all of the emotions I'm feeling. And so I think that sometimes I just wanted to point out a place where when we're on this journey, choosing love and leading in love 100% includes all of the human emotions, and in fact allows you to more deeply, more fully, with more presence, experience the emotion and the current reality that's happening in front of you, because we're not being pulled away by the stories or the fears of the future. So just to give you a little background on Kaya, she has had a long, wonderful life. She has been well loved. She's been with Lee for her whole life, 17 years. And I came into the picture around 10 years for her. And she's always been very bossy and held a very strict schedule of when she is to be fed dinner and when her walks are to be, that which really was her love language. She loved her walks. And she was a herder, a protector. I remember the first time I met her, I walked in the door and she said hello and then nipped my ankles. But since then, we have really formed a beautiful bond over, working from home all those hours every day, spending time together. And so I feel really appreciative of that. And it was like her energy was like a little sister who also thinks she's your mom. So we had time. We knew she was getting older. And so I feel lucky to have that preparation, basically the mental preparation, emotional. So we knew it was time, and Lee and I are both on the same page, which I feel also very grateful for. About if they're going to let us know. She was a trooper, she just kept going and going. And we were kind of joking, like she's just living so she gets food, because the last couple of weeks she started to get human food because she didn't want to eat the dog food anymore. And so then she found out she could have human food, and that was really exciting for her. And so we're both like as soon as they're in pain, then that's the time. And both Lee and I, talked about, we had conversations with her and she was like telling us. And so it was all like, we both knew it was time and it was right. And so I just wanted to share some of the magical things that have happened since then. It wasn't, so we had a vet come to the house, and it was so peaceful and wonderful. And he was absolutely, his energy was perfect. So after he had left, we saw, both Lee and I, where we're sitting on the couch just kind of talking, and we saw this kite wing, I forget the actual name of it, but this bird, kite wing tipped or something like that. And it just like swooped by. And we did not say anything at the time, but I felt, I'm like, oh man, that's Kaya. Like I could just feel the connection. It wasn't any special words or anything or meaning. I just knew. And it was funny because we didn't say anything at that time. And then later that evening, Lee asked me, he's like, hey, did you see that bird? And did it mean anything to you? And so that, which it did, but that moment between us and just all of that felt very magical and connected. One of my friends who I wouldn't normally hear from her. We don't have like a regular communication style. And she also really loves dogs. She randomly messaged me that day out of the blue and just said, I'm thinking about you. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm getting goosebumps again just saying it. This is magic, and there's divinity and there's timing in all of this. And just, I think part of when we're consciously choosing to lead in love and stay in this open place, not getting caught in the stories of that it's bad or wrong, is we are receptive to these things. We can allow these experiences into our life, and we can see them because we're in that place to receive them energetically. So that was really fun. Another fun, magical thing that happened that day is the mentorship group I'm in. So they meet on Wednesdays, and I did not go live. I went live to part of it, but I didn't go for the second part. And that was more of the community conversation. And they talked for about 2/3 of the time, because I listened to the recording, they talked about dogs transitioning and everything around that. And I knew that morning, and just kind of going through everything with Kai, I'm like, I bet you that somebody's going to bring this up. And they did. And it doesn't mean anything special or specific or anything. It's just this awareness and acknowledgement that it's so much more. The things that are unfolding are about so much more than just us. And I love that reminder. One of the magical things, I connect with inner being, and so often I will tune into source or different people. My grandma comes through me, and like she just has this wonderful cheerleader energy, so full of fun, love. And so I thought, okay, well, let me sit down and see if I can connect and if Kaya has anything to share. And so I'm going to share I'm going to share that at the end with you. The one other magical moment I wanted to share is it was a day later. So Kaya was always, I would walk her in the evening before bed, and sometimes I would be a little grumbly about it, like, oh, I'm so comfy and I got to go out and take you for a walk. But secretly I loved it. And so that was one of the things, right? Is that next day, there was no one. 8 o'clock came around and there's no one to make me go for a walk. And I wanted to. Oh my gosh, I wanted to. And so the inspiration was in me, and I just was like, okay, I'm going to go for a walk. And I put on my sandals. It was really relaxed. It felt like a celebration and an honoring of her. I felt her energy with me the whole time, bouncy little energy, because when she would walk, her ears would flop. And the sunset in the clouds was like gorgeous and pink, and it was beautiful weather. And it really cemented or like gave me the feeling experience of all of this. And I just want to make this note too, as I was walking along and I'm thinking, yeah, it's here, she's here, and I'm loving it. I love the feeling. And then asking myself, is this real? Okay, so even after however many years of doing this thought still pops in my mind. Are you just making this up? And really the answer is it doesn't matter, because it feels so good. But in my experience, I have noticed the more I claim it as true and the more I say, yes, this is real, and yes, this is real, the signals and the experiences and the felt connection to everything non-physical gets stronger and clearer and more obvious. And so I think that's is it the chicken and the egg? Do you believe it before you see it? Do you see it before you believe it? It's like they work together. So if you're wanting to connect more with the energies that are beyond what you can see, try saying it's true. Try saying it's real. This energy of abundance that I feel is real. This energy of love that I feel, it is real. And then see, and then explore. So I remember telling Katie, I sent her a message about, Kaya's going to be transitioning out, and she's of course like, how do you feel? And I think what I said in that message kind of summed up perfectly, is like, I was very connected to the love and knowing the rightness. And then I said, and I'm still going to cry the whole time. And that is what it has been like, is allowing the waves of sadness to move through without any judgment. And I'm really paying attention to allowing the sadness and leaning in, and also exploring, when I'm feeling sad, what am I focused on? And it did become quite apparent when the waves would come. It was because I would have a thought or an observation that she's not here, that she's gone. And it was really interesting to just observe this and have this in the moment understanding of how our emotions and perception and thoughts are connected. And I know this could seem like you're trying to manage your emotions, or this could be one of the ways that, trying not to feel. But it's not, I actually enjoy feeling sadness. So it doesn't feel like I'm trying to avoid anything, but I did want to explore it and give myself a deeper understanding of my own inner workings. And so I would notice that when I would see a place where the bed used to be, or I'd see the dog bowls by the door, or every single day, every single time I walked into the house for the past 7 years, Kaya was there. And so to notice the lack and the gone and the missing, that is when the sadness would arise, because that's just the very natural response to this idea that she's not here. And then when I had the space to tune back into the love and tune into the other truth that she's still here, just in a different form, the sadness would dissolve. The sadness would I just didn't feel it anymore. I didn't feel the impulse to be crying. And so this is just so interesting, because when it comes to creating our reality and learning how to let ourselves feel feelings and be choosing how we want to focus on things, it's almost asking the question. And I guess what I feel is both are real, right? So sometimes this is the part that will bring up, yeah, but you're avoiding reality. The reality is she's gone. She's not there anymore. And you're saying she's still here. And what feels actually really true to me is that they're both real. They're both true. They're two different versions of reality. And these two different versions of reality give me two different feelings. And I just get to choose. And there's no right way. There's no judgment of, it's not, I should choose this. I should think about it this way, or I shouldn't think about it this way or this way. We really have freedom to choose. And I chose to feel sad when it felt good. And I am choosing to feel sad when it feels good to me. And I am choosing to tune into the love and it. She's here. She's like totally laughing with this. The love and energy that she is. And so thank you, Kaya, for this wonderful opportunity to practice understanding myself and our power and knowing more and more of the love that we are. And the one thing I didn't really expect about her transitioning is, I do believe that, like humans, pets choose their time to transition to a different place, and that there's a divine timing around it, that it's not, like I was mentioning, it's never just about this one singular part of reality, that there's other things involved, and could be other people or anything like that. But the one thing I didn't expect was the space that I feel now. And I can tell part of my mind is wanting to say, you shouldn't feel this, but I'm just going to ignore that. But I didn't realize that all the energy I was giving her until it wasn't there anymore. I was realizing how much of my attention and energy I would give her all the time. And so now when she's not in my physical reality, I'm aware, like, oh, every 5 minutes, I'm like, oh, what's she doing? Like, she would follow me to the bathroom anytime I'm cooking food. She's the person I give my leftovers to, which that was a thing I kind of ruined in her. She was not trained that way. No one is staring at me while I'm eating my dinner. But it was taking up space in my awareness and with my energy. And there's just this sense of more space and more energy space that I have to give to other things, myself, other people. Yes, our poor cats are getting lots of extra cuddles this week. And I'm sure this is how parents feel like when their kids go somewhere, they're like, oh my gosh, I can breathe, because it's not taking up you're not holding that awareness of them constantly in their presence. So I'm just mentioning this because it, in the divine timing, it feels like whatever energy shift is happening, like when a pet or a person is leaving your life, our relationship is changing, energy is shifting. And we can trust that. We can trust that it's for us. And so I know it's like a kind of a weird thing to say, like when your pet dies, that it's for you, but opening into it, it feels like their choices to come and go are divinely connected to us and whatever phase or path, part of our path that we are on. So I just feel that Kaya's energy has always been a divine part of my life and still is, just in a different way. And like Katie said, she's just becoming part of my soul team. Oh, and I had another friend reach out. I just remembered this, kind of feeling like there was an intuition saying, I just feel that she's going to still be with you. So that's two people that have commented on that. And I was like, oh yeah, that's so true. And I just wanted to share too, a couple of the ways that people were supporting us. And it just felt very lovely. And maybe if you know someone going through this, this could, this is something you could do that I know feels really good to receive from the receiver side. So Lee's sister is so lovely. Just sent him a message and say, like, he had told her what was going on. And she sent him a message just saying, hey, if you want to share any pictures or stories about Kaya, like, I'm here to receive them, like, send them away. And she's happy to, be that space. And I just love that because it is sharing stories is such a part of honoring them in their new way. Another super simple, really loving thing that we received is just sending thoughts. A friend just messaging you and saying, or sending your friend a message saying, thinking about you, loving you, even I'm loving Kaya, anything like that. It's just in the energy of it. There's nothing to fix, right? I think that's part of important. Like when somebody is labeling a transition as bad or wrong, it sometimes feels like there's something to fix. But if you can remember, it's a divine part of life unfolding and sharing your love for that in that energy. And if you're someone that knows them personally, sharing your own stories of that pet also feels wonderful to receive. Okay, so I kind of wanted to wrap up with sharing my message from or with Kaya. And so it was that day, and I started writing in my journal. I started more so like journaling, and I wasn't really intending to connect with her. She just came through pretty quick. I was more so journaling to actually just like process my feelings and thoughts. And I was going to be like writing about what I was feeling and what was happening. And I started with Kaya left her earthly body today, period. And then Kaya jumped right in, or this energy jumped right in. I'm still here, silly, just in a different way. And if you want to play, you have to meet me. And I said, always so bossy. She said, it's time. I've had so much fun being in this life with you. We were always destined to be from the start. All of my people, Kwame and Lee and you and me. And my work here isn't done. You have some places to go, and I'm here now with Grandma. We are here to make sure you snap to it. This is just so funny. Like, this is her energy coming through. There's nothing stopping you. It is in perfect time, and it really is so much fun. Don't waste a second over missing me. I'm not missing you because I'm right here. And so that message for me has all the energy of what I want to stay connected to and anchor in. And I really know there's no right or wrong way to navigate this. And I don't think I really even have something specific I wanted to share with you guys to but to just share the experience. And I guess if there was anything, it would be to offer compassion to anyone navigating this or any challenge in your life. The more you allow yourself to be and feel and be present with everything you are experiencing, the peace comes, the clarity comes, the awareness comes, and you are always so supported. So thank you again for listening and allowing me to share this piece of my world with you. Remember, you are a powerful creator and you have always got this. I'll see you next week.